Alrighty, time to open up the old mailbox today. I'm sure there's nothing of significance in here. Well, what could this be? I stand corrected. Greetings, fellow Vita fans. This is James with PS Vita at 2 a.m. and once again, I'm coming at you with another exciting video. Well, guys, something very, very beautiful has arrived in my mailbox today. Well, maybe not 100% completely beautiful, but we'll get to that in a bit. And as you can see, for a change, my game didn't actually come damaged, so I guess that's something. Night Trap has finally arrived on the PlayStation Vita, marking it probably one of the few times that I've actually seen a physical release come out before a digital release. But oh man, am I so pumped to finally have this in the collection, guys. I am a huge Night Trap fan. In fact, I still have my original Sega CD version on my Sega CD, and as you can tell, I already opened the game in preparation for the video to come. I don't know, it actually looks like my camera is wanting to behave for a change. Dana Plato, I had such a crush on you back as a kid. Rest in peace. Does anyone else find it ironic that this is one of the games that established the whole rating board system and everyone was saying how mature it was, and now, in this day and age, it only gets a teen rating? I find that very, very ironic. Alright, and then now I guess it is time to open up the old case. Here's what the game looks like. Ooh, shiny. And believe it or not, it actually comes with an instruction manual, which, or at least it will come with an instruction manual if I can hopefully get it out. There we go. It's very, very thin, so I'll just go ahead and show you guys the pages containing it. Here's the front. That was always an iconic scene of Night Trap for some weird reason. I'm not exactly sure why. But it was. Alright, here's the first page. Like I said, I'm going to show you all the pages. It's very, very thin, guys, so you don't have to worry. We won't be here long. Kind of just does the whole explanation of the game and how the whole thing, shebang, works. Which is probably good, because for people who didn't grow up playing this game, it might be a little bit confusing because you don't see games like this anymore. Working there with scat. It's for your eyes only. Confidential. Alright, here's the back of it. Now, as I alluded to in, well, I guess the title of this video, there are some issues with this game. And I guess at this point, since I kind of showed you everything there is to show on this whole physical release, I didn't go for the limited edition, which I hardly ever do for Vita games. I usually just prefer the standard. Save money, you know, cost effect. And I figure at this point, I guess we might as well get on to the gameplay now. I'm assuming most of you guys are familiar with the premise of Night Trap, but in case you aren't, the story takes place as these girls arrive at a slumber party, and it's up to you to save them from these sort of dudes wearing black pantyhose over their faces or something like that. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. It all takes place in real time, and you have to direct the camera into multiple areas of the house in order to try and catch as many bad guys as you can. And as you probably have guessed, due to the gameplay elements of this, it takes a lot of rope memorization. That's the only way you're really going to know where to find all of these villains at. As far as the actual gameplay goes, I really do have to give them credit. I mean, yeah, the Vita version is compressed, which I think most of us probably expect at this point, but it's a pretty solid port. I really do got to give them credit, especially considering that this game was originally thought to be too big for a PlayStation Vita cart to hold. So, could we actually think of this game as a Vita miracle in the making? I'd like to think so. Alright, and now for the issues that actually plague the game, the topic that I'm pretty much assuming most of you guys are curious here to watch. Probably the reason you clicked on this video. The game does suffer from a few lip-syncing errors here and there. It seems that the voiceover just can't keep up with the frame rate that the game is actually providing. And I've also kind of noticed that some of the little thumbnails in the bottom right-hand corner, as you're seeing here, they're not exactly in sync with what is actually going on in the game. However, considering that there were no icons in the original ones and it was really just pictures, I'll give it a pass on that. Alright, so at this point I have to warn you guys, I'm going to head into spoiler territory here. I'm going to be showing you the end of the game because unfortunately that's where this major glitch actually happens at. So if you don't want the game spoiled for you or you haven't played it, then I would say to move to the timestamp on the video right now to avoid any potential spoilers. I'll wait a few seconds. Good? We good? Alright, here we go. It is revealed at the end of the game that the people that are actually responsible for these whole shenanigans are in fact the family that invited the girls over for the slumber party. It turns out that they are vampires in disguise and that the whole reason that they invited the women over was so that they could suck on their blood. Huh. Wish I would have thought of that back in high school. Dana Plato is the last of the girls left in the house at this point. It is her versus the family. And this is the only time in the game where you're actually allowed to trap anybody else but the dudes in black. So you have to capture each one of the family members when they are in the correct place. And I'm going to show you footage right here. As you can see, when I'm just about ready to trap the final villain, this happens. Yep, you're seeing this correctly here, folks. The game just apparently stops. I guess that's the best way to describe it. The final confrontation, if I'm remembering this correctly, is supposed to be taking place in the hallway right now, but as you can see, nada. Zilch. Nothing. Everything just grinds to a halt. Nothing is happening in any of the other rooms, and that's basically it. The timer keeps going, but yeah, you're kind of just stuck in limbo at this point. And as you have rightfully guessed, yep, the game is unbeatable. I can't progress any further, and I thus cannot beat the game. And now, through the power of editing, as you can see, I have already let a whopping 40 minutes go by, and still nothing is happening. I don't even think the original game could even go on to 40 minutes. And at this point I'm asking myself, could this be the reason that the physical came out before the digital? Are they working out a patch before its release? I don't know, just kind of wondering now at this point. And it might be interesting to note that this was already my third attempt at the time I captured this footage. Yep, my third attempt. So it's not something that just happens sporadically. It seems to be something that is just 100% in the game at this point. Now I need to ask you guys, I know that a number of you did get your hands on the physical version of Night Trap. Have you experienced this? Does the game grind to a halt when you're at this point as well? Or is it maybe just only my copy? Knowing my luck, it's probably only just my copy. But I would like to hear what you guys have to say about this down in the comments below. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. The following video has been brought to you in part by Adam Theory, Saul Ramirez, Heston Joseph, and all these wonderfully generous people over at Patreon. I have a number of exclusive perks available for backers, so if you're interested in supporting the show, check the links down in the description there. Ah, you thought I was gonna rhyme again, huh? Pulled a bait and switch on ya.